In this video, I'm going to show you how to make a Discord bot that is always online using webhooks for free. Like, actually free. This is what's considered a serverless bot. First, I'm going to show you the code, and then where we're going to host the bot, and then how to actually do it. So make sure you stay to the end. So part 1, the code. The code for this project can be found at my GitHub link, which will be in the description. Just github.com/jelsumgeist/serverlessbot. Now, this code is based off of another repo, which can be found here. I want to make sure that I'm giving them credit. Now, when I tried to download and use this repo, it actually didn't work because it uses a library that we also use called DiscoHook, and its implementation is based off of an older version of DiscoHook. So unfortunately, it doesn't work anymore. So I basically copied that and then made some changes to make it work. If you just go ahead and download the code by clicking code here, then download zip, then unzip that and open that folder in Visual Studio Code or whatever IDE you want. But moving on to part 2, where are we hosting this? So first off, I want to say that I'm not being paid by anybody here for any of this. I tried dozens of places to try and find a free place to host bots for you guys. And this is the only place that I actually found that is actually free. Most places need you to buy some kind of token or enter your credit card, and they say, we'll probably never charge you anything. This one is free. I didn't have to enter anything, and my bot is running. So the app we're actually using here is called Deta.space. If you go ahead and go to Deta.space, they have a pretty wacky UI, but go ahead and create an account if you're following along. All right, part 3, how to actually set up the bot. But before we start, if you've liked this tutorial so far, please drop a like down below. It helps out a ton. And consider subscribing while you're down there if you like tech tutorials and just, how to program and stuff like that. All right, to start out, we're going to get some information from Discord. If you have never created an application on Discord, you can check out this video up here where I go over how to create a bot from scratch. But we already have a couple of bots here, so we're going to use this bodybot bot. And we can go here. And within this, we're going to get 3 pieces of information. The first one is application ID, which we can copy here. The second is public key, which we're going to copy here. And then finally, the last one, you can go to bot and then a token. I don't want to reset this token because I already have the value for this. But if you reset the token, it'll show you a value. But then if you refresh the page, it won't show it to you. So you're going to want to go ahead and copy that as well. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is go ahead and download our code from GitHub. I already have the code downloaded. So again, just go to code, download zip, and then open that within Visual Studio Code. Next thing we're going to do is create an environment variable where we have all of our values here. So we have our application ID, our bot token, and our public key. Now we're going to go over to Deta.space and create an account if you don't have one. And then we're going to go ahead and click on a builder and get started building. Then we're going to pick whatever operating system we have. So I'm on Windows, and we're going to install this space CLI. So we're going to click copy, and we're going to go back to this and paste this in and run it. All right, great. So now we have the space CLI installed. We can then type space to confirm, and yep, it does have some stuff there. So we know that it is a valid command. So now we're going to do space login. And if we do this, it's going to ask us for some kind of access token. So we're going to go back to Deta.space, and we're going to click on settings here. And then we're going to click generate token, and it's going to create a token. And we're going to go back here and paste in that token and using Control V and press enter. All right, perfect. We are now logged in. All right, within the directory for our bot, we're going to type in space new and then press enter, and we're going to name it whatever we want. So let's name it subbot. All right, and then all we have to do is just do space push. And this is going to then push our bot up to Deta.space. So if we go back to Deta.space, we can click next and next and next and go ahead and open our project. It will say that there's not a project yet if it's still running, depending on how fast your internet, but we can see here we now have a project called subbot. All right, so now we should have a builder instance right here. If we go back here, we can go to the main page here, and we can see that we now have this dev build, which is fantastic. So we can go and control click this. And if we do this and we see that it says there is no app here, blah, blah, blah. That is perfect because that's what we have set here. So if we go to if we do a GET request on the root, then this is what we're going to say. So our bot is now running. So that's excellent. All right, now that we have this project running, we now need to actually set some variables for it. So we're going to go ahead and click into the settings for our dev bot here, and we go over to configuration. Once we're within configuration, we are going to copy in our application ID, our bot token, and our public key. Perfect. Okay, we save the changes there. So the reason that we're doing this is so that when we run our bot, these values are referenced. It doesn't actually grab it from the .env file. So that .env file that we updated previously is just used for if you're running it locally. All right, so now we're going to head back over to the Discord developer dashboard and go to general information for our bot. And then we're going to scroll on down to this interactions endpoint URL. And we're going to paste in our URL, where this is the Deta.space builder URL. And then we're going to add /bot/interactions. Now, if we click save here and it saves like that, then it works. If you scroll up here and it has some kind of error, it didn't work. In which case, you probably forgot to add in the configuration for the bot. All right, now the bot is running, but we don't actually have our / commands configured, which if you go and look at the bot's implementation, we can see that we actually have two commands, an ask command and a ping command. So we want these to be available. Now, this is where our password comes in, subscribe. So if we go to our bot's URL /bot/API/dash, we're going to see this page here, this disco hook page. Now, this is where we have to do a little bit of hackery, which I tried to get this working using redirects and it just wouldn't work. Now, the issue is that disco hook assumes that our bot is hosted at the root of a server, but unfortunately it is hosted at bot/bot. If you have an idea of how to fix this using fast API when you're running multiple things, maybe just on Deta.space, leave a comment down below because I'd love to know. I hacked around at it for a little bit and I couldn't get it working. But luckily, my JavaScript mastery allows me to be okay with this. So all we're going to do here is basically overwrite some JavaScript functions. And in order to do that, I have this -worker.txt file, and it just has a bunch of JavaScript, and you're just going to copy all this. I know it seems super hacky, and we're going to paste this into the console. So if you're on this page, you can just right click and click inspect, and then go to the console. And then you're going to go ahead and press enter. It will just say undefined. Then we're going to type in our password. So for me is subscribe. Then we click the check mark and we will see this, which is fine. And then we press OK, and now we see this. So basically these are our / commands, and then all we have to do is nothing. We're done. So we can go ahead and head over to Discord, and you can see I was testing this before, but let's go ahead and try it now. So if I do ask command and I say, hello YouTube, press enter, there we go. It all works. Just to prove that this is actually working because of what we've just done, we're going to go back to Deta.space, and I keep clicking that and click this, and then I'm going to open the builder, and I'm going to go ahead and delete this project, which means the app should now be offline because the project is now no longer there. To confirm, we can refresh this, and we can see it's unauthorized because the app doesn't exist. And now if I try to do ask command, test, we can see it doesn't work because the app is no longer online. So now we have a working Discord bot that will stay alive even when we turn off our computer. While this is a free option, I do want to call out that there are some limitations to it. Like, you can't really have a database for it. You can't really read new messages that are coming in. It's basically adding / commands and some little bits of functionality. but it's free. So if you'd like to learn how to have no limitations, check out this new video here where I'm going to show you how to host any kind of code on a server. Thanks for watching. Remember, I'm Jake, you're awesome, and this has been hosting a serverless Discord bot for free. Cheers.